ain't gonna have a long live, okay? I just want to just give gratitude to everybody. I want to give gratitude to everyone that's on a positive level, that's on a positive frequency, or may I say a balanced frequency, because you can't get too much of both. You can't get much of negativity and positivity. You gotta have a balance. So those that's been on a balance, on balancing themselves, I acknowledge you for your way of conducting yourself in a balanced manner. We are living in a time where you have to be balanced. It'll be hard to be so positive at times because you always got people that are trying to test you. So you got to balance yourself out. Give you all love and credit. Give you showing gratitude. Put it like that. Um, People need to know the difference between vibrations and frequencies, though, because sometimes people get frequencies and vibrations misconstrued, think they're both the same and they're not. And that's why it's really important to know the meaning and definition. I'm going to do not a video today on it, but I'm going to do a video on it probably next week. So everybody can know the difference between frequencies and vibrations. Because certain people need to understand how to conduct and dialogue and talk about these vibrations and these vibrations, these vibrations and frequencies. Um, Sometimes it also deals with the music that you listen to. The kind of music you listen to also matters. It can also deal with the frequencies and vibrations that you have around you. The more you start listening to stuff that's positive and motivating, and being around people that are motivative to you, the more things will change for you. It's about surrounding yourself with the positive energies and the positive people. But sometimes you need to balance that out because you don't want to be so far up and you lose yourself by going too far and also going too high. Too low. That's why you gotta balance yourself. So the whole thing is to find nirvana or heaven, because see, people don't realize hell is the lower how low your frequency is. When heaven is the higher vibration of frequency that you're on. Okay. Now many people get things mixed up. They think in hell is like the devil and a pitchfork, all that crazy nonsense. But what they don't know is also a way of thinking. So it's also dealing with the lower self. Okay? It's all about dealing with the lower self and also being able to connect with that higher self, which is the positive. It's all about being on that positive level of connecting with that higher self, right? That higher self really is an incarnation of you. I'm talking. How you doing? I'm talking about like just anything in general because every time I put down a title, YouTube always find a way to mess me up. I don't know what it is because every time I go into full detail about stuff that's up here or breakdowns, they have a tendency of turning me off. So I'm trying to like freestyle. So bear with me. Peace, peace, peace. So, all right. When it comes down to it, our job really is to connect with our higher self. Right? And to not just connect with the higher self, but to connect with the higher source. You get what I'm saying? The divine source of creation. That's why I kept on telling everybody about the Kundalini energy. You know what I'm saying? And how the Kundalini works. And how I kept on telling everybody how the Kundalini is the X chromosome. And also the Kundalini is the divine feminine energy that is found in all of us. Okay? It's just that melanated people have a higher version of it. Okay? All the sciences that you see, the spiritual sciences, that came from the original people, and it started being hijacked from other people, and they started learning it. We already knew about the spiritual realm, and the thing about hell, heaven and hell, people don't realize hell is how low your frequency is, and also deal with the lower self. Heaven is how the way you go on a higher vibration, and you're connected with the higher self, because the lower self is considered the devil. Think about it. Because that is at your lowest point where you can have certain traumatic situations or things that can anger you, and you always focusing on either attacking somebody, getting even with somebody, or whatever the case may be. On a higher level, you're looking at divine love, and also you love everybody regardless. and you're also willing to forgive those that did you wrong and just move forward. But you got to know how to balance everything, because you don't want to be too nice and you don't want to be too evil or too negative. So you got to know how to balance. If you don't know how to balance yourself, then you got some issues going on. But you got to focus on doing shadow work to balance, learn how to find out your inner demon and get that taken care of, to literally bring forth balance to you to go to the next level of the spirituality that you're on, or the vibration that you're on. A lot of people don't want to talk about the shadow work. Now tomorrow I'm gonna do a video, another live, and I'm gonna show the videos I was supposed to show today tomorrow. Because today I'm just hanging out with my children. We just hanging out, chilling out. You know what I'm saying? Thanks. Somebody put down they don't like. Okay, that's fine. Everybody used to do watching them videos. I'm gonna do the videos tomorrow morning though. I'm doing the videos tomorrow morning. Like, I know everybody loved the videos I'll be showing, but I'm trying to see how YouTube is going to do this particular video before I do that video tomorrow. So just bear with me. We're gonna see if they're gonna still screw up with me or not. All right. So because every time I start showing truth, they'll try to shut the live off, or they'll just start making them all mess up. But if I start talking about negative stuff, guarantee you they won't be doing that. All right. So here we go. We got to focus on doing the shadow work. The shadow work is very important. You have to face that negative side of you. And that's also connected to the ego. The ego is another word called easing God out. Dr. Malachi York spoke on this, and it makes great sense. Because it's easing the God out of you, because it's always trying to tell you something. If you feel good about yourself, you hear that low voice and be like, man, whatever, man, whatever, you ain't this and you ain't that. That is the ego, and also your lower self connecting with the ego, trying to destroy you. And that's why I said you are your own worst enemy. Because also the people that you look at as your enemies, know that that's also a reflection on what your ego think of you. Oh yeah, make sure you're including hashtags in your videos. Thank you. But how you doing? I ain't see you in a while, fam, but it's good to see you. But just keep in mind, we have to work on that and focus on that, become better and higher vibrational beings on this journey, in this path. Some of you have a calling. It might not be Ifa, it might not be voodoo, it might be going into shamanism, it might be going into something else, it might be going into hoodoo. Whatever the path is for you, that's your path. Shout out to Brother Pisces the King about the sister video that he sent earlier. That's great to hear. I'm happy to see you on here, man. Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. Like I said, this is not my channel. I want the subscribers to know, all those that subscribe to this channel, this is not my channel. This is our channel. Please understand that. We have to realize, people in the YouTube media or social media need to realize, without y'all, there wouldn't be no us. So that's why I said this is our channel. Okay? Regardless. And I want to get it to the point where we have enough subscribers where I can have people call in, where I can have a microphone and people can call in and they can share either paranormal experiences, spiritual experiences, whatever the case may be. That's what I'm trying to do over here, along with the brothers that's unified with yours truly. So this is just a start, because eventually we're going to have things together to the point where we're going to have people talk about things. There's no debating at all. Everybody have their own path. Everybody have their own path in life. But the thing is, if we come into an agreement on a lot of certain things that we know that's actually, connecting, that's all that matters. This is your path, your journey. Nobody can tell you that you're not on a good path. Nobody can tell you that you are on a good path. That's great. That's great to see you. Cool. Welcome back. But it's all about being peaceful and trying to be loving, and also trying to get the understanding. Now, every once in a while, you do have to go to that warrior side. When somebody, do you grind, you got to bring that out every once in a while to bring that balance. Because you don't want nobody to think you're a pushover either, family. So keep that in mind. But you all are very special and unique. Don't let nobody tell you that you're not. All of you have the power to create great things in your life. And that's all connected to that 33 vertebrae that I told you about. which is the 33 vertebrae of your spinal cord, which is connected to the Kundalini. And I keep telling everybody how the Kundalini is the divine feminine energy that we all have. And it goes back to the mitochondrial DNA. They call it the Eve gene. So I want everybody to just do more research on that. You feel me? Do more research on the Kundalini and the chakras. Get that book called The Kundalini and the Chakras. I forgot the author's name. But get that book and start reading about it. Start studying about the Kundalini and then start focusing on how to better and raise up that chi or that Kundalini. Breathing exercise will work. You know what I'm saying? Breathing exercise will work. Meditation does work. But you got to know how to breathe. It's a way of breathing. The way a child breathes is how the way we all supposed to breathe. How the way a baby breathes, matter of fact. Please get the book called The Science of Breath. The Science of Breath. Please get that book. Let me see. And also Dr. Malachi York has a book called The Breath. So you want to get that too, because a lot of his books is out of print. Let me see what else. Get books on the Gnostics. The Gnostic is dealing with the Christianity mystical school system, or mystical school, or mystic, the ways of the mystics in Christianity, put it like that. And it's called Gnostic. You want to study the Gnostic information too. That's the Christian version. Then in the Muslim version is called the Sufi, S-U-F-I. Study these mystical teachings for a reason, because it all correlates together. Then the Judaism version is the Kabbalah. So my thing is, study all three of those because they correlate together. I was talking to my AI about that, and they both correlate together. All three. They all connect together. Because what people don't know, if you take all the so-called rites out of Islam, you have Christianity. What people don't know is that Muhammad's wife Khadijah was actually a Christian, and she was wealthy, and Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad, was actually broke. And Khadijah was the one that was funding Islam when Muhammad was around. Don't believe me, look it up. Shout out to Dr. Malachi York for that. And she helped fund Islam. Okay? Now, what people don't know is that the Pope also have his hands in Islam. So, that's another thing. And the Pope have his hands in Judaism. And he also have his hands in, what? Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. He have his hands in all of that. That's why I said they all correlate. Because when you take the rights out of Islam, you have Christianity. Same thing when it goes down to Judaism. They all have a connection. But that's why it's important to study those three. The Gnostic, Judaism, the Gnostic, Sufism, and the Kabbalah. Now, all that goes back to ancient Kemetic teachings. And the ancient Kemetic teachings go back to the ancient teachings going all the way back to Lemuria, but it also has a connection to those that practice certain spiritual systems and what they call El Kebulon, and also over here, which is another part of El Kebulon. And a lot of those systems and practices had names, but they had certain connections. I'm gonna go with that probably tomorrow, because I'm not gonna do too long of a live today. I might be on here for like 25 minutes, 30 minutes max. Because like I said, I'm hanging out with my children. They here with me like every day, and we just chill out. But this is my day I really chill out with them. I do a little live, like real quick. If I be on here long, then they don't mind that, you know. But this thing is like we all need to, let's say that, to look into this and start finding out about these particular mystic spiritual practices and how they correlate together. There's a book I recommend called the Kabbalistic Encyclopedia. The Kabbalistic Encyclopedia. I don't know who the author is. What's going on, fam? How you doing? Long time no see. But yeah, that's the stuff you want to really go ahead and just get, start studying that, get into all of that, man, because this is the stuff that our ancestors taught this. But what happened, these different religions were created, but they all had the mystical teachings behind it that was actually together. That's why when the Mers, when they were practicing this, the Mers of Atlantis, when they was practicing all of this, it also showed the connection between that and also technology of the day. Because a lot of people don't know the technology of today came from those ancient practices from the Ifa's, the Voodoos, the Palomiombis. I'm just naming the ones that I'm going to talk about soon and show probably videos on them soon. Now, people don't know is that the binary system of the computer, the 0101, that comes from the Babalaos of Ifa. That's the numeral system that they use. And people don't know that it was actually a melanated so-called black man that created the computer and the internet. So they put the science into that. And that science is also connected to the AI. Don't believe me, look this stuff up. So, therefore, we had that technology back in ancient time. Everything that you see now is ancient. New under the sun. Nothing is new under the sun. We had AI back in ancient time. But I'm going to tell you what happened. Got too greedy. Got too dependent on AI. We were not getting back into nature. We were not going back into meditating, getting on the frequency that we normally be on, dealing with telepathy, dealing with intuition, telekinesis, not using brain exercises to reach that high level of spiritual practices and that connecting back with the spiritual realm. We let technology take over. That was one of the things that we did. Okay, we wasn't actually going back into nature like we were supposed to. So that's why it's very important that we go back into it. And it's all about grounding yourself, bringing balance. Find something to make you happy. It goes back to that. But also keep in mind that everybody keeps on saying that we're going back to the new world. And I'm telling everybody the new world is not the new world. It's actually the ancient world. The ancient world, we already had all of this. We all forgot that we had it. And what happened, those that came into power kept it from us so we won't remember it and depend on them for the answers. Depend on them to pretty much get to where we had to go. It was a power issue when they got their hands back, when they got their hands on it, when we already had it. So they pretty much manipulated and brainwashed all of us to forget. That's why you have certain spiritual practices that's helping you remember. You know, from the Voodoos, the Palomiombis, from the Ifa, from the Sangoma, all of that. From the spiritual practices of our ancestors that were also witch doctors that's practiced all of this. And they knew the science because the spirit or the ancestral spirits would talk to them and guide them because of the divine creator that created all had to send those divine ones to you doing meditation. And also, some of you are avatars of these particular beings too. Some of you, I didn't see all of you. That's why I keep on telling y'all that many, that's why that saying, I keep on saying every once in a while, many are called, but few are chosen. And you got too many people on here, on these videos saying that they chosen. But I've done played videos to let y'all know they already know who the chosen are. They already know. Astrology, they had the top-notch astrologers and all of that. They can tell by your birth certificate, the time you were born. By them having those astrologers and astronomers, they can find out what particular angelic or ancestral spirit is in you or who you incarnated as. They know all of that. And see, people don't want to talk about a lot of this stuff because they'll probably go above too much above their head, or they don't know. They don't know. And they're stuck on wherever they're stuck on. But you got to also keep in mind that there's 7 spiritual laws that's actually in the Kabbalion. But then you got to start looking into the 84 laws of Mayat. The 42 confessions and the 42 laws of Mayat. So you got all these different laws and all these different things to study. So you can say pretty much from right now is what I just now mentioned is like what 91 so far, but I bet you it's more. This is just the beginning point for us to realize this, to wake up. But always keep in mind that before there was a he, there was a she when it came down to spirituality and the spirit realm. You feel me? Exactly. I agree. I agree, Seth. I agree. I agree. But it's sad though. That's why they say they have until like what 2030. But we know that this calendar is not the real calendar. It's the Gregorian calendar. And we know that January is not really what? Not really the new year. It's actually in the spring. We can say in like what? In the beginning of the spring, that is the real new year. So, shout out to the sister Life Have No Niche. She did a video about the name January, how it goes back to the Roman god named Janus that had two heads, one looking back, but the other one looking forward. She did a video on that. I don't forget what video it was, but she did a video on that. But she spoke on that, how it's all these different months are named after Roman deities except for two. July and August are actually named after two Caesars, Julius, which is July, and August is dealing with the what is Augustus, I think that was his name. That was Caesar's relative or something like that. That was actually the one of the emperors during the time of Rome. So she said all of that. Matter of fact, that sister said all of that in her video. Life Has No Niche. She mentioned that. And I've been saying, like, I knew something was going on. And June is named after the Roman goddess Juno. They did a movie on Juno with a little girl. So look, all this stuff has been, they put all this stuff together because it showed you how Rome had their hands and everything. But Rome stole that information from the people that knew about this, that were the ancient people. But they also really stole it from the Sibyls of Mami Wata. See, there's so many things that they don't want to talk about, but I digress. I just wanted to speak a little bit on that and a little bit of this and a little bit of that to let y'all know, like, there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, but we're going to go ahead and take our time. That's why today it was going to be a short live, and then, while I'm hanging out with the children, I'm going to be like trying to figure out what is a good topic to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So that's all. I just want all of us to be connecting and learning together. Once the channel gets more subscribers, I guarantee you we're gonna have a microphone, everything, and try to set up for call-ins. Then the brothers that your little big brother's been talking to, we're gonna finally connect to get things going on our end. So we can actually start having call-ins. We might have to do it from each one of our homes and try to find a way to connect it and do it that way until we get other things done. But we really want to start doing that soon once we get more subscribers on this channel, and then start building up our channel together so we can all have each other's back even more. And if the brothers want to have their own channel, we all support one another and everybody support them too. That's what the whole thing is right now. It's all about really building a true brotherhood, a true family-oriented space for us to have an outlet to go to, so it won't just be one person talking. You can see all of us talking from different walks of life, and everybody has something to bring to the table. And we really want to have call-ins because we're not debating with nobody anymore. We done with the debating. That shit is over with. It's done. There's no more debating. It's either what frequency, what vibration you running on right now, and what you know. If you know something, fine. If you don't, hey, open-minded, let's go. Let's start talking. That's where we at now, y'all. Those days of debating are over with. Yeah, what's going on, Sage? What's happening? Everybody popping up. What's going on? Dang, everybody popping up today. Word. Oh, man, you got my email? Yeah, my email. We're going to have to rap about that. Yeah. Congrats. I'm happy for you on that, family. I'm happy. Congrats, man. Wow. Like, everybody, man, look. This had to be something beautiful today because these vibrations today, I don't know. It was like something was like, yo, it's going to be a great day. Hey, but hey, didn't I tell you things was gonna be fine though? Remember you was so down, and I was like, bro, fam, it's gonna be fine for you. It's gonna be fine for you. Remember I said that. Oh, it's gonna work out for you. Everything gonna work out for you. Look what you just now said. You're gonna make it now. So look, keep the vibrations high. Don't listen. Everything is happening in alignment for you. And that goes to everybody that's watching. Everything is aligned for you. Everything. Keep this intact. Don't be scared to do the shadow work. Do the inner work. You know what I'm saying? Find out what makes you like this and like that, and what makes you don't like this and like that, and make sure it's balanced out. Listen, you got to know your strengths and weaknesses in life, but you can't show people your weakness because they'll try to use it on you. Hey, keep on praying, keep on motivating yourself, keep on, listen, thank the divine for everything that you do. Whoever you look at the divine as, that's your path. But I always look at the divine as feminine. You know what I'm saying? Keep that going, keep that energy going, and keep yourself vibrating even higher. Because you're going to be fine just like everybody else that's watching is going to be fine. We all have to go through trial and error. All of us. I've been homeless before. I've been there. I know how that is. I don't like telling everybody my business. I was there at one point in time. I don't look back. Well, I look back, but I choose not to go back. I'm like, yo, we got to keep it going. And the only way that can happen if you having that divinity in you to know that everything's going to be all right and know that you're being guided and protected. And once you know that, you're going to be fine. Of course, you see, crypto can be volatile, fam. That's why I'm praying for right now when I stick it. Oh, it's going up and up. It's on the up and up. Once you get it to the up and up, matter of fact, I need you to have my email, and I'm gonna put you on with somebody that I know that's actually doing that, and another person that I know that's actually good at giving advice on stuff like that. Okay. My email, write it down. Just write it down because I can't really type it up on here. If I was on StreamYard, I'll be able to put it up. Is B as in Bob, R as in Randy, A as in Apple, N as in Nancy, D as in Donald, O as in Orange, N as in Nancy, F as in Frank, O as in Orange, R as in Rod, T. Let me see. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me see. Oh, y'all have any one of y'all have a pen? I got a pen. I have a pen. I have a pen. Give me a second, fam, because I'm gonna try to contact you. We're gonna try to get this thing up and going so I can contact you, okay? I don't want everybody to think I'm ignoring them because I'm not. I just want to make sure that we got to help out one another. What is it? Just type it in and I'll go ahead. Oh shoot. Okay. Oh, David. All right. Just give me a second, y'all. Just making sure I write. Oh, I'm not gonna put no spaces down. Most definitely. I'm gonna write it one more time so I won't make sure I got it down right. So we can have that and I'll dialogue with you on there. You're gonna be fine though, trust me. Everything that you want in life, all of you, is right there. All you gotta do is call it out. You know what I'm saying? Call it out in existence. Talk to the primary creator and also talk to yourself. Everything is going to be fine for every last one of us. Yeah. Because listen, know it or not, all of you are connected to the divine. Even down to, even down to the negative person. Because y'all got to understand, you have a piece of the divine in you. So those that's also negative, they're living a negative experience as the divine, knowing how it is to be negative. Know it or not. Know it or not. Know it or not. That's what people don't even realize. People have to be negative. They have to be that way because that's their job. They're living what they're supposed to be living. They're living an aspect of the divine that want to know how it is to be negative. Same thing with those that are positive. They're living the way of the divine of being positive. So the divine can know how it is to be positive. It is all dealing with the yin and the yang, supreme balance in the universe and also in the spirit realm and the physical realm. That's all it is, y'all. That's why I keep on talking about the Kundalini all the time, to have you remember about those chakras and how listening to classical music, that's the original soul music. It's classical music, and what that does, it brings a powerful vibration to the chakras in your body. Now, I'm going to use my computer, so I'm going to see how many chakras we have, because I don't want to be saying the wrong thing, because my dear beloved Pisces, brother Pisces the King, he be helping me out, because I be saying so many things, and I do get a lot of serious downloads. All right, go ahead, family. I'll holler at you. And if I have it wrong, if I wrote it wrong, I'm coming back on the stream, and I'm going to look at it. So I think I wrote it right. But you have a great day at work. I told you, everything gonna be fine for you. Don't even stress it. You are good to go. Everybody that's watching, oh, y'all about to be good to go, man. We all gotta go through stuff. That's the only way we're gonna make it. It's the experience. The experience gonna teach us, and it's gonna make sure that we don't forget where we come from. You know what I'm saying? That's just how the way it is. You know, patience is a virtue. Thank you for saying that, brother Pisces the King. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that, Pisces the King. You're right about that. You're right about that. Let me see how many. Hey, brother Pisces, bro. My daughter was on the computer, man. She was on the computer today, man. I gotta make sure I have my name on there this time, because every time I try to get on here,
come on now.
You hear in the background.
Come on now.
Every time she get on my computer, her name pop up on there, and I be like, oh,
No.
I gotta hurry up and change it.
You throwing me under the bus. Let me see.
I got it's my name up on there.
Why would I change it from yours to mine?
No, because when you're on there, your name pop up, and I gotta change it and put my name on there.
That's on YouTube, though.
All right, got you.
That's not on Google.
Okay. All right.
See, you trying to frame me. I'm over there trying to do my hair. And how dare you? You just throw me under the bus like that, man. That's not cool.
I'm not throwing you under the bus. All right, let me go ahead. I'm trying to type. You made me forget what I was typing.
I turn 12, and when I do... when I turn 12,
I'm
going to start throwing you under the bus.
All right. Okay.
I'm going to start throwing you under the bus, because 12 is the perfect time. Just know
Girl,
that
I'm over here trying
perfect time to throw your parents under the bus.
Okay. This is the boss, y'all. This is the boss.
I'm not no boss.
All right. Let me see.
I'm just over there.
You made me forget what I was about to type in.
Oh well.
See?
Not wrong, Dad.
Hold up.
You just gotta use some more brain cells to remember.
Oh, wow. Thank you for trying to call me old. Go ahead.
I did not call you old.
See, this is what I go through. Y'all. My children, this is what I go through.
You decided to have me.
I know. All right, how many how many chakras? That's right. You made me forget how to spell chakras. God dang, come on now.
Don't blame that on me. Don't blame that on me. I don't make you forget
All right, I got it now. I think I got it. Bingo. So we have, listen, check it out, y'all. We approximately have 114 chakras, which income. Let me see. Income. I hate reading certain things sometimes. Encompasses minor into micro chakras. So they show them. Now I'm gonna show y'all this. I can show y'all this. All right. Look at that. Look how many chakras we have in the body. But there's 7 primary chakras though. Alright, so, and this is all dealing with the Kundalini, fam, right here. All this dealing with the Kundalini. And they have all of the Sanskrit names, which is so-called Indian or Hinduism. But this goes back to the Africans in Asia, or the people in Asia, the Asiatics. That goes back to them. So I just wanted to just scroll down so y'all can see all 7. Okay. No other not, this is connected to the adept, the teachers of the adept and the mystics. All of this. Okay. This goes back to the adepts and the mystics. And if you slide on over, you see how this is connected to the Kundalini. All that's dealing with the Kundalini. So this is why I kept on saying how important and serious this is. This is dealing with the lower self, which is the root, and the higher self, which is the crown. So you see how you have to go from the root all the way up to the crown. You're not supposed to go from the crown all the way to the root. Now I'm going to tell you, got people that go from the crown all the way to the root, and they stay there. And that's where also, if you really want to be technical, that's dealing with you being what they call a fallen angel or angel. If you're going from the top to the bottom and you stuck at the bottom. Somebody trying to call me. Who is trying to call me? I would have to call them back. I knew that they was going to call me. They put it at the wrong time. God damn. I'm going to have. You're calling me at the time when I'm doing this stream real quick. Now, I just want y'all to see that. Now imagine somebody start from the top and they go all the way up to here, all the way down to there. You fell from grace when you started from here, then you just fell from right down you fell from the root, the crown, all the way down to the root, and you stand there. And you can't budge at all. That is dealing with the lower vibration of that individual, which means that they are what? In Judeo Christianity, they would call them a fallen one. One that fell from grace. Now, if you go from here and all the way up here and you stay there, guess what? That means that you were supposed to have been there in Nirvana the whole time. Some people fall from Nirvana and go right here and can't get there. You got people that will go here and stay here. But here's the kicker. You got the ones that will stay here and eventually screw up and go right back down here. So that's why you got to know how to balance yourself. Balancing yourself is very serious. You have to start with the word grounding. The word grounding. The word grounding. You have to deal with that. You see how the way the chakra, whatever, is dealing with emotional balance, right? And we always talk about you got to balance yourself. The solar plexus. Look at that. It shows you everything what it is. I'm showing you everything what it is right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure y'all can all see that. And it's very important, especially about how many chakras in the body. And that adds up to the number 6. Don't that deal with 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons? And also the number 6 turns into the hexagram, which is so above, so below. So we got to start looking at all of this. Okay? This is the main things that we got to look at. There's also symbols, and there are hand symbols, or symbols you can do with our hand to help activate them. Let me see if I can show that. But you see how the way it's all dealing with the Kundalini is all dealing. Show this. I really want to show that. Let me see, view image. Let's see what happens. Maybe if I do that. Look at that. How many of us probably did these symbols before? This is helping activate these chakras. They're called, I think, mudras. Shout out to Larry King Bay. He the brother that put us on with this right there. You know what I'm saying? Now, crazy thing is, didn't Jay-Z do that in one of his album covers? I know some people. I mean, it helps out though. Don't get me wrong, because you can feel the activation and the energy in it when you do it. But you got to go back into doing the work, like I was saying. And I said I was going to do a short stream. Hit this by the blimp, and I'm over here teaching, talking about this daggone chakras and the Kundalini already. Now, let's go ahead into this one, because I want to see this. Let's see how this image look. Now, look at all this. And it goes up to this chakra. Then it goes to the solar plexus. And the heart. You see how the way the color for heart is green. That's why I kept on saying that we are dealing with this. These last couple years we had to deal with the heart chakra. Then it's going to the throat. Then it's going to the third eye. Then the crown, which is the Ori in Ifa or Voodoo or any particular practice you're going into. That is where you meet the Most High. The crown chakra is where you meet the Most High. That's where the Most High dwells at. That's only if you'll find out if you're a devotee or a how can I put it? Not just a devotee, an avatar. Well, some of you will find out that you're an avatar, and many of you gonna find out you're just a devotee. But you're spirit first. And this right here deals with the spirit side of you. Oop, that deals with the spirit side of you right there. I had to get it close up. See? This is the Om symbol right here. When you hear people say Om, that's the symbol for it. Om. Look at that. That's how it looks. That's why I kept on telling y'all over and over again about the seriousness of the Kundalini. When all these are activated, when all 114 are activated, but mainly these 7, when they are intertwined with those other ones, the rest of the 107, this whole entire body turns into an etheric body, a body of energy, body of ether that deals with you astral projecting and also giving you psychic gifts. The psychic gifts, which I was saying from Dr. York's teachings too, from Nuwabu, he saying that you have psychometry, intuition, telepathy. Psychometry, intuition, telepathy, and clairvoyancy. I had to remember that one. So think about that. This is what the real you look like, y'all. This is the real you, spirit-wise. That's how I look, and that's why many of us have different have this aura. Some of us have this aura. Some of us have that aura. Some of us have this aura. That one, all the way down to the red. When you see somebody got that red aura right there, I recommend you let them have time to themselves. Hey, Real Wayne, what's up, bro? So yeah, this right here is real important. We have to master ourselves, y'all. It's not going to be an easy task, though. Hey, I'm telling y'all this. Thinking 3, I got a serious how can I put it? I have a serious anger issue at times, but I learned how to cool off through the years as I got older. When I was younger, I was a hot-headed some gun. Now I chill out, relax. I laugh at my children when they do goofy stuff,
Hey, Dad, you do goofy stuff too.
and they laugh at me when I do goofy stuff.
Yep.
Like my daughter just now said. I forgot the boss is here. I can't say the stuff I want to say because she's here right now. She's gonna try to correct me on stuff. But yeah, I just want to show y'all that it's very important. You know what I'm saying? And you notice how they have a woman right there as the silhouette. I mean, I know that y'all probably know this, but I'm just now realizing it. Ain't that some stuff? So let me see. But I just want to show y'all that, you know what I mean? Like, this is very important. That Kundalini is very important. Many of us be talking like Brother Price the King and Sloan, all those be talking about that and the seriousness of it and how it's dealing with the divine feminine energy. And it really is a divine feminine energy. Nobody don't want to seem like they want to give credit to it. Really? That's what's up. Wow. That's what I'm saying. It's real important to know this stuff. It's very important. This information is very keen. We need to know this. It's very ancient though. Matter of fact, let me see something. I'm gonna show y'all something. I'll probably just like end the live, and then I'll be ready tomorrow for probably another one. I'll probably do another one. And one of these lives, I'm gonna let my children talk. They ain't gonna show their face, but I'm gonna let them talk. And they're gonna talk and speak some stuff. I'm gonna let them just take the floor and have them speak on how they feel about spirituality and all that other stuff, and stuff that they see, stuff that they be listening to, stuff they see spirit wise, all of that. I'm gonna let them just tell you what they see. Let me see. What am I about to type in? Hold up. I'm typing Kundalini again. That's right. I'm gonna type that in again because I want everybody to realize what that's all about again. Let me see. Should I use Wikipedia? Why not? But I'm gonna show y'all so y'all can see for yourselves. Once again, he said inside the orbs also appears somebody in lotus. Oh wow, that's what's up. Damn, that's what's up. Now read that for yourselves, right? But look what it says: a form of divine feminine energy, not masculine, but divine feminine energy. Beloved brothers, that's dealing with us starting to connect with our X chromosome. That's why it's important to do that shadow work, so we can start reaching that heaven on earth, that nirvana feeling. Remember the old grunge group Nirvana? That's where they got it from. That was dealing with heaven. That's another name for heaven, if I'm not mistaken, in Sanskrit. Or reaching that blissful point in spirituality. They even talk about tantric. Tantric is a serious practice. Okay. And then you're dealing with the awakening of the Kundalini. Remember, I told y'all how on our channel that Tiamat is going through her Kundalini reawakening. Why these different natural disasters are happening. While remember we was talking about how the veil is gone, that there's no veil anymore, and people are saying, oh, it's thin. And I said, well, that's the nice way of them saying there's no more veil. And it's true, there's no more veil. And by it coming up to be so-called Hallows Eve, oh, that's when stuff really gonna happen. A lot of paranormal activities happened during that time too, even more. A lot of different cultures celebrate their ancestors' lives and stuff too. From Asian culture to the Voodoo culture, all of that, or the Haitian culture, all of that. because they know the importance of the ancestors and how it's connected to the Kundalini. How it goes back to this. How they know that the ancestors go back to their etheric form, which is connected to this. During the Haitian Revolution, when there was a guy, I think his name was Macinthal or something like that, when they assassinated him, he told them he's going to come back as a fly. He also was not scared to transition. And when he came back, he said he's going to come back as a bee. He came back as a swarm of bees to fight to sting the French. Well-known doctor knew about there was life after death. And this is also connecting us back to the etheric realm, the ancestral realm when we do this. It is very important. Like I'm looking at what Wayne said, that doing the meditation is very important that we start mastering ourselves. But once again, beloved family, we have to what? We have to balance ourselves. So spiritual, and then you lose yourself. You got to do something that you enjoy, that you find fun. Balance yourself out. Don't be so spiritual all the time. Yeah, that's his. I think that's how you say his name. I'll find out, bro. I'm gonna find out. But if you can find out before me, just let me know. But I think that's his name. I think that's how you spell his name. I'm not sure. But when it comes down to Ifa and Voodoo, all of our ancient spiritual practices, even our indigenous practices, which is also connected to that, we knew about the chakra system. We already knew about this system. Right here, we knew about that already. When others got their hands on this science, they claim like they came up with it, but no, it was already written in ancient spiritual practice. When they took him out, he told him he was going to come back as a bee, and he came back as swarms of bees. Hey, Mother Shirley, how you doing? Because he was in tune with what? Nature. He was in tune with his divine self that dealt with the Kundalini. He had powers beyond measure. He knew he was going to come back as a bee and came back as a swarm of bees. That's great to hear, Mother Shelley. So, therefore, that's great to hear. Therefore, there's nothing to lie about. This is all our stuff. The ancient people of Lemuria, of Mu, which is here, or America, whatever. We knew all of this. That's why they finding out all those damn statues about all this. This was our system. This is a part of our science. But who am I to say anything, right? But I just wanted y'all to see this and see how it goes back to the divine feminine energy, or Shakti. See? To be located at the base of the spine. So all these people saying, man, that serpent, man, the dragon is evil. Really? When it's dealing with the divine feminine energy? When it deals with the serpentine energy and it shows you the coiled snake? Okay. All right now. When I told y'all to get this, when y'all get a chance to get that Kabbalistic encyclopedia, let me see if I can find out what it looked like again. I'm trying to spell it. Give me a second. Kabbalistic. I ain't spelled it in a long time. I don't even remember. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna spell it like this. Wrong. We're gonna do it like this. I'm gonna spell it like this first because I knew I was spelling it wrong. I'm like, hold up, wait. There. Let me see. This might be it. It might be a copy of it. Give me a second. Yeah, this how it look, y'all. This book thick as hell. This book right here. I recommend, look, a guide to Kabbalistic magic, all that. You see that? This is something that I had years ago. And this is the author. This is the ways of the mystic. Now, you see that? You see how the way the Kabbalah look? This is all the chakras too. And I think it's like 12. But it's all connected to the chakras though. All of that. See, all is intertwined together. All of that intertwined. Now, this is another practice I was telling y'all that's dealing with Islam. Now, that was the Judaism version. Sufism. See? Look at that. And look what it says. Ain't that something? It says practitioners known as engaging in practices. See that? You see that? I have to say nothing else. Everything I'm telling y'all right here. Right here. Like those that I met on my journey that came from the Ansar Law, Dr. York's school, they taught me about information like this. They were showing me stuff like this. The ways of the Sufi, the ways of the Kabbalah, the ways of the mystic, being majestic, knowing that there's life after death, knowing being one with the universe, being one with nature, getting closely to that divine energy that's in you, that's actually feminine, knowing that the divine feminine is actually the real creator. That goes back to Tiamat. My brother Pisces the King sent the video on about that. We chop up a little bit and we talk about stuff like this. Like me and brother Sloan, Mother Shelley, we talk about stuff like this. All this goes back to that divine feminine, or they say the divine feminine, that they don't want to talk about. Because she's always been the secret. She's always been the secret because they want to keep her sacred. That's why they had these different mystery schools or sacred orders. Right? They had the sacred orders. The sacred orders or secret orders were the Masonic orders. Different orders. You know what I'm saying? That's what they were doing. They kept her a secret because they didn't want nobody to know behind closed doors who they were actually calling on and quote unquote allegedly or so-called worshiping the whole entire time. They don't want nobody to know this stuff. Okay? So what was the other one? Gnostic. I'm gonna show y'all that one real quick. Okay? It's very important to know about this because this is what Bobby Hemmett was talking about. Give me a second. I'm going to see, because I want y'all to know the story behind the Gnostic. I think I'll type it. Look at this. Now, I don't like using Wikipedia for my source, but I'm still going to show it to you. You know what I'm saying? They saw themselves as Christians. Of his own divinity. I'm trying to see where it was at when it was talking about and see, it talked about the demiurge too. Sophia and the demiurge. This is real information that needed to be talked about that they don't want people to know. And But or if you look on this side, don't this look familiar? This is stuff that I want to share with y'all. These three particular mystical is behind the three main religions: Christianity, Islam, Judaism. And that goes into connection with that study of the Kundalini and all of that. This stuff goes back into that. They don't want you to know how they broke it up in all different these three sets of religion, which science. So I just want to show y'all that. And once we find out the story of Sophia and the demiurge, and then you start finding out how this is actually the Matrix and how Matrix is actually connected to something else, and there's another name for Matrix. A lot of people have been saying it means also mother and all that. It's how the way she's in control of all of this. That's what they try to say. But it goes back to the name Sophia. The name Sophia means wisdom or wise dome. And she's connected also to the subconscious. She's connected to the subconscious. The subconscious is, listen, the subconscious that we don't use is 90%. We're using 10%, which is the masculine part. Look all that information up. So on that note, I has to go. I said I has to go because my daughter's now called me. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and go and be a dad. Not play dad, but I have to be dad. I love all of y'all. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank y'all for watching. It is your little big brother, Neg Andezo. I love all of you. Love, peace, light, darkness, supreme balance, which is the yin and the yang, which is the divine feminine and masculine, to bring forth that supreme balance. And may the great mother and the ancestors watch over you and keep your energy flowing with positivity, abundance, and also most definitely balance. Okay? I'm out. Talk to y'all soon. Thank you. Huh?